I put garlic buds at the windows of your bedroom, Mrs. Westerner. Professor Van Helsing said it was only a precaution.
I wish I knew what was happening. I've never seen such goings on. I thought the professor was someone of common sense. I thought he could diagnose Lucy's condition and set her on the path to good health.
After working in this place for almost a year, I can expect anything. However, garlic buds are unusual.
Do sit down, Miss Cassidy. I'm developing a phobia of being alone.
Some hot tea might calm your nerves.
I don't want any tea. I want a simple explanation of all this mumbo-jumbo.
The professor believes your daughter's being victimized by a bat.
A bat?
Apparently it somehow manages to get into the house and then bites Miss Lucy.
Is that your idea of humor, Nurse Cassidy?
Well, I'm speaking the truth.
A bat. A bat! I've never heard such idiocy. I shall have a talk with my brother.
You carried that to the segment, Miss Cassidy. I've spread around enough garlic to open an Italian restaurant. Legend has it that garlic is the shooters' protection.
Miss Anya, I demand an explanation. What is all this talk about a bat?
Not a bat, Miss Westenra. A vampire.
Vampire? You're mad.
All men are mad in some way or the other. Professor Van Helsing believes Miss Lucy is the prey of a vampire. A vampire bat! Like they have in South America. No, a human vampire.
Sounds like something Jonathan Harker would say.
At one time in my country, belief in creatures was quite common. Even today, in the rural parts, people swear they've seen them.
Surely you don't believe in human vampires.
I've had patients who believed in them. Perhaps Professor Van Helsing is carrying out an elaborate charade in the hope of shocking Miss Lucy back into normalcy.
You didn't answer my question.
Dr. Bartok did not believe in such creatures.
Do you?
Yes.
What next?
What is a human vampire? A creature that arises each evening from its coffin, eyes burning with hypnotic intensity, thirsty for blood.
Blood?
It is the source of the vampire's strength.
Strength?
Do not mock the idea of dead souls returning to Earth, Miss Westenra. People have believed in ghosts since the days of ancestor worship. Yes, but them English ghosts are well behaved. That could never be said of the vampire. Mrs. Westenra? Miss Westenra? She's fainted. I can see that. Is it any wonder? All this talk about vampires? Mrs. Westenra? Mrs. Westenra? Oh, she's coming in.
Bats. Oh. Vampires? I think I'd better lie down.
Come along with me. Nice nap will do you good.
I've been thinking of taking a flat in London. Perhaps now's the time.
Something happened.
Everything under control, Dr. Quincy. I'm afraid my explanation of vampires has disturbed your sister.
Should have anticipated a reaction. I don't suppose she's in any danger.
We are all in danger, Dr. Quincy. However, I believe his focus lies mainly in Miss Lucy at the moment.
I have followed your order, Professor.
Were you able to find any wild roses?
No.
Ah, pity. Wild roses are particularly offensive to the night creatures.
Hope you know what you're doing. This all seems so fanciful.
Be so kind as to bring me the small chest you'll find in the study. It's sitting on the desk.
Yes, Professor.
God. Wolfbane, wild roses.
Garlic, wolfbane, wild roses, designed for the evil eye, all play a part in dealing with vampires.
Is it really necessary to involve Mina and Arthur?
They too must play a part. We are all deeply involved. Loved ones are at stake. A most apt choice of word.
Stake for a vampire's heart, is that what you mean to say?
Exactly! It is the one thing that will destroy a vampire forever.
We're here, Professor Van Helsing.
As you requested.
Excellent. We can proceed.
Here you are, Professor.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate if you kept a close watch on Mr. Harker.
I'll stay by his side.
Are you serious, Professor Van Helsing, about this Dracula thing?
You must free your minds from the restraint of convention. I assure you, such creatures as vampires do exist, and and that Count Dracula is such a creature.
Then why don't we just call the police?
To tell them not! They would merely laugh to themselves. What we deal with here is the supernatural. Police have no weapons against that.
What makes you think Dracula will come to this house?
It's a dream. Every night the creature visits this house. Only tonight, when he discovers precautions have been taken against his entry, will he know he has met his match.
In that case, why wouldn't he just slink away into the night?
Vanity! Remember, he rented Carfax Castle. He made no secret of that. He's brazen, brilliant, bold. The Dracula name is a noble name.
What are we to do?
We must discover his reason for coming to England. Once I have determined that, I will know my course of action.
Listen!
Wolf!
Companion of the creature.
Professor Van Helsing, I've done some reading in the library. Coming across an affliction known as porphyrias. Very often its victims are thought to be vampires.
In past times, yes, but not today. A victim afflicted with porphyria can appear fluorescent at the nails and teeth. He is often lethargic and weak, sensitive to sunlight. If they do go outside, it is usually at night. It's a convenient way to explain the vampire legend.
You have described many of Lucy's symptoms.
I assure you, Miss Lucy is not a victim of this treatable disease, nor is the man that I speak of. Count Dracula is a genuine vampire.
We'll help you. We must. After what Jonathan's been through, I can believe anything.
I don't think he'll show up.
Beg pardon, Dr. Quincy?
What is it, Mrs. Fun?
It's a gentleman, sir. Come to pay his compliments. Your neighbour, he says. Foreign-looking gentleman. Gave me quite a start, he did, standing in the moonlight at the door.
His name?
Count Dracula.
Show him in.
He has come to laugh at us. We must be on our guard. He will be watching us as much as we will be watching him. We must not let him know that we are afraid.
It'd be embarrassing if you're proven wrong.
Count Dracula.
I trust my arriving unannounced will not be an inconvenience. I am Dracula.
Pleasure. This is my niece's fiance, Mr. Holmwood.
Delighted.
A family friend, Mrs. Harker.
Charmed.
And this is Professor Van Helsing.
I know the name.
I never thought that I would come face to face with a Transylvanian nobleman.
Now you know better.
I haven't introduced myself.
You are Dr. Quincy, the noted psychiatrist.
I'm flattered that you know my name.
When I rented Carfax Castle, I took the trouble to inquire about my neighbors.
Won't you sit down, Count?
You are most kind. Harker. Harker. I seem to know that name too.
Will you be dining with us tonight,
I have
Count?
already dined.
A glass of wine, perhaps?
I don't drink wine.
How do you find England?
So unlike my homeland in the Carpathian Mountains.
Yours is an old name, a proud name.
I am a direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler. We of the House of Dracula have a right to be proud of the past, for in our veins flows the blood of many brave nations who fought as the lion fights for lordship.
Yes, but that was many centuries ago. The Dracula name was in its glory.
That means nothing to Dracula.
Surely you can't be comfortable at Carfax Castle.
I find the place restful.
Do you have any plans for renovation?
None.
What appeals to you about the place?
Its brooding quality, its isolation. I require solitude. I am particularly fond of the overgrown cemetery.
So neglected you can't even make out the markers on the graves.
That lends a certain charm.
But the wolves, we heard there were wolves foraging.
My dear Mrs. Harker, everybody knows there are no wolves in England.
But why have you left your home then?
I enjoy travel.
Did you fly?
Is that so amusing?
I came by sheep.
What do you intend to do here in England?
Rejuvenate myself. I grew weak in my mountains. The land has become barren. Nothing grows but twisted trees. The people are old. The blood in their veins is as weak as water. The young have left. The climate is bad.
Oh!
What is it?
It appears to be one of Mrs. Wester's knitting needles.
Oh, she's always leaving them about.
Pricked my finger, it's bleeding.
Take care. To cut yourself is more dangerous than you think.
The jab wasn't deep.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. Let me see the finger.
That won't be necessary, Count Dracula. Also, have one of the nurses attend to it.
You're all making a terrible
Also,
fuss.
do as I say. Have one of the nurses attend to it.
Alright.
I do hope you'll excuse me, Count. I am not well. I have a fierce headache.
We shall meet again some evening.
You'd better go see to her, Dr. Quincy.
I suppose you're right.
The room has emptied rather quickly.
You said you knew my name.
I have read much of your work. Even in Transylvania you are well known. At least to me.
I find that flattering, but my work deals mainly in the outer regions of the mind as they affect the body. I have an inordinate interest in vampirism.
I know.
I have something here that will interest a man of your sensibilities. From Venice, very old.
I am fond of antiquities.
The back was encrusted with gold by no less an artist than Cellini himself.
What is it?
A mirror! How remarkable, Count Dracula. You cast no reflection in the glass.
So, you know what I am?
I do.
Well, beware. It is unwise to know too much about Dracula.
I will destroy you and with you your evil.
It is you who have brought me from Miss Lucy's room. Take care, she is to be the bride of Dracula.
And is that your grand scheme in coming to England?
It will amuse me to tell you. I wasted as much as I dare in my homeland. I need a place where people will laugh at the idea of a vampire.
A new land.
Where we can breathe again.
And grow strong.
Lead us, Dracula.
We shall follow.
We obey.
This is what you would have Miss Lucy become.
You know nothing of my world.
I know I will conquer.
Never. Never.
Never.
Never. How is the good
You know too much to live at Helsing. So you would try your wits against mine. You would frustrate me in my design. Tonight I will claim you as I claim Lucy Westenra. Tonight, when the clock strikes midnight, all the evil in the world will have full sway. Time is on my side, Van Helsing, and I will be back.
Make no attempt to follow him.
I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes.
You wanted proof. Now you have it.
What are we going to do?
We must prepare for the coming battle.